We are Jacob and Anna White. We are carpenters from Alaska. We've helped millions of people build their own furniture through our plans and website. But now, we are going beyond that. We're going to show you how to build yourself a house, tiny style. In this video series, we'll show you step by step how to go from a trailer to a beautiful finished home. Make sure you subscribe and follow along.
Hi everyone, I just want to show you we're working on the loft bed and we're making some pretty big progress. It's almost done, so I wanted to kind of show you all the different pieces and all the different uses for it. So I call it the loft bed, but it's really, it's a wall and that is a doorway that divides the living space from the bedroom. It's a bookshelf system. It's also going to have rungs here for a ladder, so it's also a ladder. Underneath here is going to be a pull-out bed, and it'll stick out about this far, and it's at 18-inch bench sofa height. This will get filled with an upholstered panel, so it's a couch, and then it gets pulled all the way out, the bed does, the trundle, and then it's a guest bed. And then upstairs is a kid's sleeping play loft area. And then come on back here. This area will be the queen-size bed, and inside between these boards will be drawers. So this is really just the support for the bed, but I couldn't stand to waste that space. So what I'm going to do is have a fold down little area for shoes that will go there, and slats will go on this, and bed will go on top. So it's really cool how we're able to take one project and make so many uses out of it. It's conserved materials, made it easier to build. This loft bed was actually really easy to build. All we did was take some 4x4s first and attach 2x4s to make kind of like a ladder wall system. This will become the bookshelf wall. Then we took some 2x4s and made like a basic mini wall. This is going to support the bed mattress, and I'll put storage in between. Next, we screwed some 2x4s to the walls. These will act as supports for the upper loft. And then for the upper loft framing, it's just 2x4s again. It sets right on top of the bookshelf wall, and then on the back it sits on top of the wall cleats. One of the things that I really wanted to make sure is the loft framing is resting on top for strength instead of just being screwed in. Now it's time to do the framing for the bed. I used 2x8s to create a larger cavity in there so I can put storage in there, but 2x6s would have worked as well. And then I used tongue and groove to fill in the back of the bookshelf. You could use plywood, just about anything in there. And then I just filled in the openings with drawers and doors and door faces to make it look really nice and add a lot of storage and functionality. And next I found whatever scrap 1x boards I had and used them as slats on top of the bed framing. And finally it was time to add the loft flooring. It's just 2x6 tongue and groove material, and we just screwed that right into the 2x4 framing underneath. And that's it. I got it all done finally, and I'm just going to take a second to show you how everything works and how it turned out. So this is the shelving. The first use of this is to support the loft. So this is basically a wall, but then I built it in a way that you could put like books or magazines in here, or board games or decor items. And then these are ledges that keep your decor items or books or whatever you have in here from falling forward. But then they're also ladder rungs for climbing up the ladder. So this turned out really well. And then there was kind of some dead space here. I wasn't really sure what to do with it, and intended to do an upholstered back, but in the end I just have like a little cabinet there. We're out here in the wild in Alaska. I'll probably put some bear protection in there and put a lock on it just so that I can protect my family and myself if I need to. And then the trundle bed, this is a different post, but I'll give you a little sneak peek of it. It just comes out here. It's really nice having a sheet because I can just pull it off and throw it in the washing machine, because little feet are going to be stepping on this to get up to the loft area. So I can just pull this out and it becomes a couch, and then it can actually pull all the way out and become another bed, and then it can go all the way in, and I can do my yoga here. Right? So anyway, fun stuff, lots of open space now with the bed pulled away. And let's come back into the bedroom area. So one thing I'm really excited about this loft bed is there's lots of headroom here. The loft above is only 1.5 inches thick. I did away with the framing here by just being clever how I framed it, which gave us 3.5 inches of headroom, which anybody that knows anything about tiny houses knows that's huge. So my husband can get through here without hitting his head. It was really simple to do. Okay, so here is the loft area, and I just put tongue and groove on the back. I ran it the other way for interest. And then between the framing of the bed framing, we've got drawers. These are huge, huge drawers. You put tons of stuff in there. And then these are for shoes. You can shove your shoes in there. And then, they just close up. We've got a queen size mattress in here. And I just put one, I'll show you what I've got going on in here. You can see those are the bed slats. You can see that, I just used all the scrap wood, anything that was long enough to splice a stud. I used a nice board on the front, and then everywhere else, just whatever I had, I put it there. This is a memory foam mattress that came in a box and I ordered it. I think it was like 150 bucks. It's great, but it works fine over the slats. You can't even tell that it's not a solid surface, and the slats allow it to breathe. This cupboard here, if it opens this way just because if the bed was pulled out into the couch position, it's a huge amount of storage space that you could use in there. I'll probably put like tents and sleeping bags and camp chairs in there in case we have even more guests. And then the ceiling here, it's just 2x4s. We pre-painted these when we painted the tongue and groove on the walls, and then we pre-stained the loft floor, so then there's that contrast there. You can see the support for the tongue groove ceiling. It's over the bed where your head will never be, so you'll never interfere with this headroom. It's only over the bed. So I put hooks here just because the use for this tiny house is kind of more like almost like a second home, vacation home. So you'll come in with your bag and you'll be able to hook it up here and hide it out of sight, but it's within easy access, and this space really isn't used. So for the railing, all we did was just buy some iron pipe fittings, and it's really sturdy, nice way to keep it open but offer a little bit of protection. Of course, we're not going to let our baby up here unsupervised. So this is the loft area up here, and you can see there's like plenty of headroom. This is the shortest part of the wall, and I'm pretty short. I'm about 5'4", and there's plenty of room for me. And we really designed this loft area for the kids, thinking that the headroom just wasn't there for an adult. But I mean, I would argue that it is there, that you could definitely live with this just to, sleep at night. The children love being up here so much. I almost wish I'd done like a little playhouse wall here with like a door and windows. They would have just loved that. I could still do it, but it's nice to build those things in. The view from up here is really incredible too. So that's our loft bed in the tiny house. You could also use this in any space where you basically have some walls that you tie into. This is not just for a tiny house. This would be a terrific plan for like a teen room, a guest room, just anywhere that you could use a loft space, anywhere that you could use like a triple bunk bed basically. Because that's what it is, 3 beds in one with a couch. So I really love it. We've been using it. It really functions well. And it's really just a compact way of fitting a lot of functionality and sleeping space into a really small footprint, but it doesn't feel small. It feels roomy and it feels private. We're really happy with it. So we hope you're happy with it too. If you do build, please share, because we'd love to see how your multifunctional loft turns out as well. And next week we'll be sharing the trundle bed with storage, so stay tuned for that. We'll see you next week.